again. So I don't know. I don't know why it does that. And I wonder if you need to get like your router or something in there.
I don't know. Or try to put it close. I mean, I'm as closest to the window as I can without taking it off of the tripod. I might have to just set it up in the window.
Hello, Kush. Yes, you're first again. Is it raining in that window?
No.
Because sometimes if you open a window, that helps the signal. At my other job.
It would be defeating the purpose to open the window because it's I got the heat on and it's finally warmed up to a little bit 64, 65 in here.
Hello, Preppy. I know at my other job with the metal roof and stuff that's on there, and it has radon windows. So we have to open the windows to get a signal in there. But you are frozen in this really kind of goofy smile.
Okay, just a second. Let me see. I take this out. If I can get this out without breaking it.
Sorry, everybody. We're still working on technical difficulties.
Yeah, like Bobby trying to figure out how to get it out of the...
Well, you're not echoing to me.
No, I'm not.
Fed said both looks good. But I know there's like 3 people here, and my chat says there's 1. But yeah, Bobby, you're frozen a really goofy grin.
Okay.
Hello, sweetheart.
Is that any better? Am I
No, you're still frozen. Fed says you're not frozen for her.
I can't go upside down.
That's weird that you're not frozen for them, but you're frozen for me.
Huh.
Because you're running off my link. Very strange.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I know what you look like. So I guess if you're not frozen for anybody else, it doesn't really matter. All right, we're going to add some contrasting flowers into here, or contrasting leaves.
Okay, I'm trying to leave that in the window to see if it gets better signal. Of course, gotta move some stuff out of the way here so people can see me a little bit better.
We all need, bigger craft spaces. Need to just like get a big old pole barn or something. Hello, Melody. I am putting a leaf onto my gnome. Trying to put some contrasting leaves in here so that it looks a little better. This gnome is having a bouquet of flowers. And as soon as I get the flowers done, then I will put the hat on because I'm going to put flowers on the hat as well. Hello, Artistic. How are you? Welcome back. Right now, my birds are squealing, and they've been sitting there for a while, so they're all fluffed up. Their feathers get left up when when they're about to go to sleep or just staying there for a little bit. That's cute. That's so cool to have birds. Okay, so we're a little better. Well, Bobby, I saw you move. Now you've got a smirk. I know it has to be the metal roof. If you're
As I
I
said,
know
I'm
mom.
close to the window now.
Yeah, well, it's actually a pretty good picture, but it's still frozen for me. I don't know if it's frozen for everybody else. Apparently I've got several flowers I need to make because the hat is too plain, so I want to put some on the hat. So how are you, Artistic? What have you been up to since you were here last? I wonder if Scott's woke up yet. He's been going to he was going to do a class. I don't know if he's already got it done or not, but he was going to do a class on storm chasing.
Damien did that the other day, not the class, but the storm chasing.
I think it's nuts. I like to know when the storms are coming, but I don't want to chase them.
He stopped in and picked up some mail and then headed on back home to his wife. And of course, I had roast potatoes and carrots. And I asked him if he'd had supper, and he goes, "No." And I said, "Well, you're welcome to join us." And I didn't have much leftovers. I thought, well, I'll have one meal for leftovers. Well, there wasn't much leftover. I think I had 2 potatoes, a little couple bites of meat, and about 5 little carrots.
Yeah, that's not even a serving, really.
Well, he does love his mama's cooking.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he does. And he was without it for so long.
Yeah. Now, if I'd had lasagna, he'd probably taken half of the thing of lasagna away with him.
Oh, yeah, I love lasagna. It's so funny because doesn't doesn't half your family like lasagna and the other half likes the spaghetti?
No, most everybody loves my lasagna. I hardly ever fix spaghetti because Dale doesn't like spaghetti.
Okay, it's spaghetti they don't like. Okay.
No, Dale.
Oh, Preppy, you got to get dressed. That's good.
Dale's the only one who doesn't like spaghetti. Everybody else likes spaghetti. So I just don't fix spaghetti because of him.
Well, that's odd.
It's
How
because
can you not like spaghetti?
the noodles remind him of worms. So he said.
And how many worms has he ever ate?
I know. He says it just reminds him of worms and he just won't eat it. He's weird.
I have some texture problems with stuff.
I,
I mean,
he,
beans. I can't eat beans because of the texture.
he never ate lasagna until I fixed it for him. He never ate tacos until I fixed it for him. He never ate a taco salad or chicken fajitas until, you know, I fixed it for him. Lenora says I don't like spaghetti except on a rare occasion. Ah,
Yeah, I don't want it a lot. And if I had my druthers, I'd rather have there, Lenora. That's right up there with Warsh.
I
If I had my druthers, I'd rather have lasagna.
I'm picky about the sauce. I don't like a sauce that's runny and doesn't stick to the noodle. I want my sauce to actually stick to the noodles when I eat it and not run off. My mom used to fix it that way, and it was just like, you know,
No, I don't want runny sauce. And not only that, I usually put so much meat in it that there isn't a whole lot of sauce. Because I'll put at least a pound and a half of meat in my spaghetti sauce. But I do like lasagna better. But I don't put like the ricotta cheese in there.
no, I don't like ricotta cheese. I
Oh
love,
my.
I do love Alfredo.
Oh yes, I do. I do. We do Alfredo quite a bit. Lenora says, I mean rare, as in maybe once in 10 years, and she doesn't like lasagna at all. Uh
God.
oh. Uh oh.
How about Chinese food, Lenora?
Do you guys like Alfredo? I'm a guy home. It's really good. I love Alfredo.
Hmm.
I don't know what the name of it is. I usually buy those Nor sides, and then I brown some. I heat up some chicken and make the Alfredo noodles. I will die for Chinese food. I love their orange sweet chicken with the noodles. I go to the 99 buffet and it's the best. Crab rangoon is about it. I love orange chicken. The I love the General So's. All kinds of. That's when I go to the Chinese restaurant, I am all about all the different flavors. Coconut chicken, uh,
Coconut.
honey chicken. It's all so good. But I'll tell you what, it does not like me. Hello, Kenny. How are you? Thanks for joining in. Oh, I'm not a cook, but I did figure out how to make crab rangoon, and it's pretty dang good. Rangoon. I don't know how to say it actually.
Now, my sister took me to the Japanese steakhouse, and I thought, oh gosh, I'm not going to like this, but oh my God. I,
You like everything.
I didn't think I would, though, but I really loved it. And they had the noodles. They had a lot of the stuff that the Chinese stuff had. It was wonderful.
So so everybody, what are your favorite foods? I think it's because my dad made a giant pan of goulash every weekend, and that's what you got. Now I hate goulash.
I love.
Gross, gross, gross. I'm getting ready for the day. I'm putting on all my bracelets and I'm putting my hair up and stuff. Oh, that sounds like fun. Hello? I can't remember. I'm going to have to say Tony, even though I can't remember. I think that's not really your name. But welcome back. Okay, so I've got two of the darker leaves in there. Is that going to be enough? Should I put one more over here?
I'll turn around again. Let me see. A little closer. I can't see it. Put it a little closer to the camera. And I think one in between your blue and red flower.
Right here?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do another greenie. It's my real name. It's not my real name. Antonio. Okay. Well, hello. Well, we'll call you Tony because I have a real hard time remembering names when it pops up and your name's something else. I have a real hard time with that. But Tony makes it easy. Wonder if Tracy's still on. She could try to get hold of Scott again. Because it would be nice if
someone was happy.
someone was taking care of someone else, because he's just kind of
I can hear.
running wild right now.
Well, he doesn't sound happy.
Oh yeah, he's singing now.
Mm.
He was laughing at the TV a minute ago, but he gets bent out of shape sometimes in a hurry. Hi, sweetheart. You're looking for a drink again. You want up? One up? Nope. Off he went. Okay. So I think these darker green leaves will look good on the hat because the hat's a real light color. But since I put the light green down there, I need to put some light green leaves on the hat too. So I'm going to go ahead and make flowers for the hat while I'm already making these. Right when I saw you live, I came in because I knew that you knew me from yesterday's live. So I came. Well, I'm so glad that you came back in, Tony. I appreciate everybody stopping in, giving a little chat. It makes the live so fun. We're going to have to find somebody to pick on because that's kind of fun. We can pick on Scott because he's not here to defend himself. He's goofy. You know, it is so funny when he comes over here and I'm sitting here doing these lives. And then he comes in here and he says, do you have any yarn that you need wound up? So he loves to use my yarn winder. Okay, I added another leaf. What do you think, Bobby?
Looks good.
Okay, I'm going to work on hat. Hat flowers. Now, I do need to put the school name on here. So I need to make sure I have room for that. Oh. So it's just kind of a little bucket hat thing that I've made for this gnome. It's kind of weird looking. But we are going to make flowers for the hat. No one's here. Number one fan except we all of her fans. Oh, that's sweet. Number one fan. Thanks, Tony and Preppy. That's so sweet. Okay. Red flowers. I have to say, it's really kind of out of character that Scott has not called or texted before now. Because now he's 2 hours late. And I'll be honest, after I get off the live, I really don't need a babysitter. The number one fan, my mom, since yesterday, she's been letting me talk while people are alive. Oh, well, I am glad that she is monitoring your chats because it keeps you safe, and that's good. I didn't realize when I was well until I got married and moved away from home how nasty the world could get. I mean, live live. All right. Well, here is this flower is being contrary. Is that a class for the fire department? Well, I wish he had told me he had a class because I always put those down. And I don't have down that he had a class. Mmm. Mmm.
Oh, we were both wrong.
Yep, we're both wrong. Yeah, he always tells me when he's at a class, and yesterday when I left, I said, see you tomorrow. He says, see you tomorrow. And that's the last I heard. Well, that's kind of a bummer. I kind of want to hug you right now. Oh, that's so sweet. Well, that's just a bummer. Yeah, he didn't tell me about this class today. He's still a no call, no show. Yeah, at least he loves these classes. He loves all the things that he learns in them, and I totally understand why he wants to do it. But yeah, he could have told me he wasn't going to be here today. That would have been nice. I wonder how many flowers this hat really needs. Because I'm thinking probably not many to dress it up because this red one is looking pretty cool. Just having the red flower on the hat looks good just even by itself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the last one to know anything also. I totally get that. Are you still going to do the strawberry cow I told you to do yesterday when you're done? I have several things that I have to get done for a show that's next weekend, but I do plan to do a strawberry cow. Strawberries, I did a Highland cow a couple of weeks ago, and as soon as I got it done, I sold it. So it's the only cow that I have, or that I had. So now I don't have any cows. But yes, I want to do a strawberry cow. Okay, so we've got one flower on this hat. I don't want to overdo, but we're also going to have a school name on there. Oh no, sorry, Preppy. Okay. Um, um, I want a thin ring around her hat. So I'm going to do this. Yes, I have the next thing on the list to do is a girl gnome in overalls. And then I have a couple of more smaller gnomes to do. And I think that's probably all I'm going to get done before this show. Okay, I think that's going to be cute. So we're going to go with that. At a class. Yeah, that would have definitely been nice to know. Tracy didn't bother to say what time his class was over, did he? Because usually they're like all day. What you doing, Tinker? Huh? Are you hiding? This is kind of like starting to look like an Easter bonnet. Was really not the plan. But it's looking like it. Bobby, you're froze again. Are you dead?
No.
You're not talking very much. What's up?
Well, kind of pissed me off there. I got my string. I wasn't watching my string. I didn't pull my string through. Now I'm like, what did I do? No wonder it's so thick in there.
Ah, okay. Well,
I was busy listening to you and wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. And it's like, dang it, now where's my string at?
Well, I can have everything sitting right beside me and lose it. I hope we didn't. I heard her humming the same song that was going through my head.
In your Easter bonnet.
We'll see what I'm doing to it.
Uh-huh.
So I think it makes it look like an Easter bonnet. What you doing, sweetheart? I don't think Scott's coming today. He went to school. He went to school. Yeah, he went to school. Well, I was just sure he was snoozing his head off.
Mm.
Yeah. Aw. Hi, sweetie. Oh, I bet I could gather that just a little bit. It's just gonna pop my decorations in. Put a leaf on that, and then put the school name on it. I don't think I'm gonna put very many flowers on the hat. I've made this design down here. So I don't think I don't think I'm going to put but just a couple of leaves on the hat, or one leaf on the hat. And I'm going to leave this particular string so that I can put the school's letters on there. We're just going to, now I'm going to, now I'm going to make one more leaf. Oh, okay. I have gone through and checked out my subscribers' channels. Now, if you put your channel on private, then I can't see your subscription. But I do go look at people's stuff whenever they have made their subscriptions public. I will have to go look, Tony. Hello, Cosmo. Okay, I will go look. I didn't I don't know if I could still see yours, Preppy, because you've been on my chats for a long time, and I don't know if it just shows me the most recent, but I will go look. I will go look. If your mom doesn't care, you could email me some pictures of your birds, but please make sure your mom says it's okay first. I am going to get my tablet up and running for the next live, maybe tomorrow, so that maybe I can, I don't know if I've got it set up to where I can get emails on there or not. Oh, it's in your profile when you went to Hawaii. Okay. All right. I will have to go look. I've got to go get my taxes done today. She was quite busy, so I'm hoping, to get a big refund. Because there's, some things that I'd like to pay off. Probably won't be that much, but
yeah, it sucks now that I don't have kids to get that kid, the kid credit, child,
yeah, the child tax credit.
Yeah.
Well, I still claim Levi. Devin works part-time at minimum wage, and I foot the bill for both of them around here. So I let him have his return and let him keep it. But I'm claiming Levi because I'm the one that does the 99% of the support around here. Okay, I've got a hat on, or a leaf on the hat. Okay, let's see what we got when we add the hat. Well, the pink nose kind of just looks like another flower. My mom just sent me the funniest picture ever. She wants to move to Florida, but I told her no because so many tornadoes happen in there. And she just sent me a picture of like, take me to Florida. And that's my life. But yeah, my mom usually pays lots of child support for me. My dad doesn't even care a little bit. I still find my happiness. Oh, that's sad, Tony. But I'm glad that you're still able to find your happiness. My problem with Levi is that his mom does not care. She has seen him 4 times since since Halloween. Well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I am going to sew this hat on, and I'm going to try to get it to fit around her head so that it hides the ugly head that I made. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. It shouldn't be, but I totally understand. Okay, I am sewing this hat to the body. Oh, I might have stuffed that pretty good. I do not want this hat coming off of here. I'll be honest, I'm really kind of getting tired of the gnomes. But I know I want to do the school ones, and then I have another blue one that I want to do because of my blue flowered one. It is true, and I don't see my dad, but I don't care. He's mean. Oh, well, that is not good. I am so sorry that you all have this have these issues. I'm so sorry about that.
It's like me. I don't talk to my dad much. He's retired. Phone goes both ways.
Yeah, well, it does, but you're not young. My mom wants a whole time job. She's married. She has nice clothes. She buys the nice stuff, and she cares about everybody. She had 6 kids, and I'm the youngest. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's a house full. But nice stuff. I don't know. I'd rather have the kids. Levi's he's pretty much all I got. Devin, he's all grown up now and thinks he doesn't need mom, but clearly after stealing a pizza last night, that's not the case. Okay, so what is wrong with my dear little gnome? Because I'm not. I guess I shouldn't say he stole the pizza because he really didn't. He just thought I did it and he ate it and then he got scared. Oh, I tell you what, this hat is not easy to sew on after you've added all this other stuff.
Heck. Can't do it right.
Oh, and it's obvious that I stayed up too long chatting, chatting. Because now I got the gaps. Haven't talked to mine in 17 years. Yeah. Well, it does. Hi, Cry. I'm so glad I found you live again. Oh, good. I'm glad you did too. Thanks for coming, stopping in and chatting. I'm glad you did too. Okay, so may have to fix that. Been out of yarn to sew that on there with. Okay. Need to sew that part down and that part. And I think I'm going to call that good. Then I can put the call letter or the school letters on the top. We're going to say sold. Sometimes I need to, like, some really long needles to get through this. This is hard to get through here that far. Okay. That was good. Pulled it right on through. So I was really quite shocked. Are you there, Bobby?
Yep.
Okay. I was really quite shocked that when I signed up for this school show that they had raised the price $20 from Booth B last year.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, they're not catering to outside vendors. You know, because the students at the school, their booth is $20. But if you're an outside vendor, it's $60.
Well, you're an employee, aren't you? That is you considered an outsider?
I'm an outsider, yeah. There's no concession for staff.
Well, that
No.
sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of thought that should have been an option, but it wasn't. I guess you can, and you could be, if you donated to the entrepreneur club or something, then you could have a booth for $10.
Oh, that's funny. You
Yeah.
might set up your booth for the 60 because they'll probably say, well, if you set up for 50 or donate 50, which is going to be the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just thought it was odd, because here a 1-day show is going to cost me $60, and my 4-day show that's coming up fairly soon is $50 for the 4 days. Which, don't get me wrong, yes, I know that is an extremely good, that's not norm. But, when you're paying $50 for 4 days, then $60 for 1 day seems to be a little high.
Yeah. I was telling everybody that craft show we went to last week.
Yeah.
Telling them about those pillows that they wanted $32 for. And I said, I really didn't see anybody take anything from this place. And I said, we cannot put $32 on the same size pillows that they had. And they said probably they'll put $15 on them, 20 at the most. I'm like, well, that's good because we want to sell them. We don't want.
Yeah, well, unless you're going to make your own pillows, to buy a pillow insert is ridiculously high.
But most of us are donating this stuff. So, like the 2 quilts I made, I didn't quilt. I mean, I made them. So I'm donating the fabric, but I also paid someone else to $100 to quilt the 2. So I'm pretty much donating that my fabric and that $100 towards this,
Yeah, that's a lot. I'm sorry, that's a lot. $60, they'd better have a big turnout. Well, I know that they will have a couple thousand people. What I have been told in the past is, well, they usually sell out. Well, I'm pretty sure that I will not sell out because I'm not a college student that is setting up a one table booth because, well, just because I'm not. But they usually get up there and they have one table and they set their stuff up. And, then if they sell out, you only have 20 items, then it's a good possibility you're going to sell out. But, I have hundreds of items. Okay, I'm going to put the call letters on the hat, but here it is.
looks good.
Pillows are, she needs feet because she's not wanting to stand very well. I just can't even imagine any pillows at all selling for $32. Now, if you took some of your some like a 12-inch quilt block, a pieced together quilt block, and made 12-inch pillows out of those and put $20 on them, I think those would probably sell.
Oh, these are beautiful. That the one of the ladies did. She did a whole bunch of 2.5-inch square. It looked like a 9 patch or something like that she put together, and they're beautiful. But those that was for sale at that show that we went and seen weren't. I hate to say
Yeah,
it.
I was gonna say I don't know where you saw those because that's not what I saw at that craft market.
No, they were not. They had like what looked like a piece of applique over a cream colored.
They were put together
Yeah,
very quickly.
yeah, and for $32, and I could do a hell of a lot better.
Well, if you noticed, there were several booths that were selling stuff and several that were not.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that the ones that had their stuff marked up weren't selling anything. But like when I bought the sourdough bread, I bought the last one. He had a couple of cheese loaves and he was about out. And let me tell you what, that sourdough bread was delish. It was so good. It was so good. And I left it at work because I'd taken it for a peanut butter to make. I'd taken it with peanut butter to make sandwiches at work, so I didn't have to buy my lunch all the time. And then I left it there, so it's probably not going to be good by the time I go back.
Mm.
Which is, a total bummer. But now where are you going? Now where are you going? Those are the people who can't figure out why they keep having bad events. That's right. I mean, just like the pillows for $32. The pillows that we saw there probably took, well, it would have taken me about 10 minutes to make them. And they weren't that good. They weren't stuffed that well. They looked like a pillow insert. So basically you're making a pillowcase and stuffing a pillow in there and charging $32 for a pillowcase. The pillow, it just wasn't that good.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I think I'm going to make. Okay, so I put the name on it, but I think it needs shoes because she doesn't want to stand that well. So I'm going to make a pair of shoes. Uh-oh. He must have done something to his show because it got quiet in there. All right. There, I'm going to make some shoes. All right. What's going on that you're deleting, Bobby? You got some.
Yes. I didn't like.
If you click on their name and scroll down, you can take them completely out. Makes you wonder how many people told them their stuff was awesome instead of being honest about it. Yes, that's exactly right, Lenora, because I know in a lot of my groups, people get upset about people that are honest and say, you really need to use smaller thread. You need to use or bigger thread, a smaller hook. I didn't even read it. Bobby had it all gone before I could see it. So I don't know.
The person told us to go to hell, and right now, and yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I didn't read any of it, but thanks for getting that. But I forgot what I was going to say. Yes, they need a smaller hook. They need larger yarn. If you can see stuffing in every stitch, that's not good quality. You're not going to get top price out of that. And yeah, from a distance, it looks pretty good, but boy, when you get up close, it really needs a lot of work. And I don't want to crash anybody's dreams either, but if somebody was, if I was wanting to make something, if people just lied to me and then I set up a booth to try to sell all my stuff and nobody would buy it, I think that's a terrible thing. The truth may hurt initially that, well, you're really not good enough to sell your stuff. Keep working is a lot less painful than sinking hundreds of dollars into something And then finding out later from strangers who aren't worried about your feelings, I just think that's a terrible thing to do to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any big chickens? I still want a small one. I want to see them next time. I still have my chickens out. Here are the big chickens. Now, just because this is all I've got right now doesn't mean this is the only kind I can make. But I've kind of got swamped because I thought this show was going to be a couple more weeks away, and it's a week from today. So I've got to go ahead and work on my gnomes and get those done. Okay, I've got to go see what's going on in here with little fella because he's already running back upstairs, and it's awful quiet in the living room. Which one was that? Okay. Okay, are we still on? Because the TV completely buffered and stopped. No, I have not. So I haven't had a show yet to sell it. To sell my stuff. That starts next Saturday. Are you still on, Bobby?
Yeah.
Yeah, because my TV shut completely down.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Lenora says we're still on. At least you see me. She walked into the other room. Well, I've got this much done so far today. I don't know where she headed to. I don't know if she headed upstairs to get Levi or what. I'm glad somebody's here with me. Usually they say I'm talkative and I can talk no matter what, but I'm not as comfortable talking on here as Janette is. And believe me, she used to not be this talkative. I should show you all my quilts that I got back yesterday. If I can turn this enough to show you the two quilts I'm putting into the sale. I still got to put binding on them. Let's see if I can get this down here. That way. Stand up here if I can stand up.
That's so funny, Lenora. Lenora says those are really awesome. I'm trying not to watch you because then I'll have my embroidery out too. Okay, gotta go find the little guy.
Okay, I don't know how much of this you'll be able to see.
Granny got your TV fixed.
I really wish I could get farther back, but I can't. That's the first one.
Hey, sweetheart, you come downstairs.
If I can push that there. The second one.
Oh, kids, he's hiding upstairs.
And here's the second quilt that I got. It's a panel that says Amazing Grace.
I do want to make some more of these. Oh, cute, Bobby.
That's that one that got quilted with musical notes. That I can only get it up so high, but
You need to come downstairs, sweetheart. Sweetheart, come downstairs, see Granny. Granny got your TV fixed. Okay, now I gotta make some feet. I want to make some more of these. But I gotta make feet. I don't know what happened to that television. It just completely choked off. It was like buffering and then never did come back on.
huh.
I thought at first thought you had a real piece of pizza. Ah, well, good. That means I did good. When you done with the bones and the festival? I'm not sure what you mean, Preppy. He's standing at the top of the stairs up there hollering.
Is he hollering for daddy?
Well, I think that's what he's looking for.
Uh,
But Daddy's at work. But I sincerely did not know that Scott had a class today. Because Levi kind of gets to where he wants some attention.
thank you, Lenora. Ouch.
Can I make a peach? Like as in the fruit? I haven't ever made fruit. I would think that it would just kind of be a ball with. I think it'd look kind of like a pumpkin. I don't know. I haven't ever tried to make
Fruit.
fruit. I've tried to make some foods and I've made strawberries. I guess I have made fruit. I've done strawberries. Strawberries are really cute. It has to be a ball with two dents. Yes. Uh that it probably wouldn't be that hard, but the thing about a peach is they're really not the same color. They're orange and then they got lighter spots. Levi, come down here with Granny. I'm gonna have to go upstairs and get him, and I just really hate that.
Something you could do at Thanksgiving is make a horn of plenty.
I have made one of those, and I made the horn of plenty out of rope, and I sewed it with the sewing machine. And but I just went and got plastic fruit to put in it.
Wonder how it'd look with crocheted fruit and vegetables.
Mushroom keychains. Okay, I could do mushroom keychains. I have stayed away. For the most part, I stay away from the stuff that everybody carries. So I don't do big loaf cats, and I don't. I have a few little ones because you know because they are an animal, that everybody likes or lots of people like. So I have done a small cats, but I just don't do the big loaf cats, and I don't do the mushy boys or those kind of things. And it's just because it seems that everybody has them. And since it's crochet, people are not getting up and saying, "Oh, I think I'm going to go buy a cat today," or "I'm going to go buy another leggy froggy today." They just don't do that. And not only that, I think most all of our items, I do the same or have one or two, and that's it. Yeah. I mean, I've done, but I don't make any of the big ones, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want my booth to look like everybody else's, because people will come to your booth and like your stuff, and then they decide what they want to buy after they get there. They're not. It's not something they plan to buy when they come to your booth.
No.
Bed says, "Bobby, your quilts are beautiful. I have to run. Hubby made a mess in the kitchen. It's driving me crazy, and laundry is calling my name. Then maybe I can get back to sewing. You ladies have a wonderful day." Well, thank you for being here.
Bye, Fed Up. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you. Okay, that's all the feet I'm going to put on there. Ah, a little stink butt. Okay, I'm going to have to go upstairs. And then I'm going to have to lock the upstairs off, because he's not coming back down. I got his lunch in the oven.
So you have pizza?
Naturally, I fixed him some grapes this morning. I think he's ate a couple of those, but that's pretty much it. Okay, I'll be right back. Again.
Ouch. I had pizza last night.
Come see Granny. There you thinker. You stand there at the top of the stairs and dancing and then grinning at Granny. Come on. Come on. Come on. Granny's got your shows on. You make me go all the way up here to carry you down. All the way up here. You
Oh.
make Granny go all the way up the stairs. It's a carry you down. You're silly. Look who stood at the top of the stairs waiting for Granny to come get him.
Uh,
I'm
when's
gonna go put the fence up.
He didn't get me.
Okay.
When's Devin supposed to be home?
3:30, I think. But Levi has about 5 diapers in here. So guess what's going to happen when he gets home?
He's gonna have to go in town buy some diapers.
I'm going to tell, yeah. Hey, because he went to a friend's house yesterday. So why didn't he go get diapers and stuff that Levi needed? What are you planning on making festival? I need to do a few more pizza keychains, and I want to do a matching overall gnome for my blue gnome my favorite gnome. I want to make a matching one of those, and I'm pretty sure by that time that I will absolutely despise the idea of making another gnome. But after that, I don't have any concrete ideas. I can't go too far ahead. If everyone keeps making the exact same thing, the customers will lose interest in coming to the events because it's all the same. That's what happened in the late 80s and early 90s. The only thing that changed was the prices kept going up. That is exactly right, Lenora.
The one thing right now is they have those tumblers that,
Oh gosh.
it's
Yes.
everywhere. And I'd like to have one, but I'm not going to pay $30 for one. No way. I don't need it that bad.
Well, the thing of it is, whenever we went to like the Covered Bridge Festival. No, not the Covered Bridge. What was it? The Broomcorn Festival.
Broomcorn Festival.
And when we walked around there, it's like every 4th booth was a tumbler booth.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just walked by. I'm like, oh my gosh, let's have another tumbler. Oh, gee, Bobby, you want a tumbler? Yeah, I mean, it was.
And Dale and I went to the Covered Bridge, and it was the same thing. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah, see, and that's hi, Tony. Yeah, I mean, and that's the same way with crochet booths. If you do not keep, different stuff, new stuff that everybody doesn't have, I refuse to make those little octos, those little round. I refuse to make those. Hello, girl cat. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. I refuse to make those octos And the leggy froggies, like everybody else makes, that are basically a little pocket with arms and legs. I refuse to make those. And I have sold some, but they're just,
Yeah,
it's
well,
just, it's,
one of those places. I'm looking for something unique, something I haven't seen before, something didn't know I was looking for.
and that's just key. It's something that you have not seen before. And that's one thing that I like about not using patterns, is because if there's a pattern out for it, chances are you've seen it already. Where my stuff,
Brother has it.
you just, and not only that, I mean, if I have to use a pattern and I have to count the stitches, then I get confused and it slows me way down. And, now I have used a pattern to learn how to do something before. I have done that. But I like to look at the picture and just go from there. Well, he's happy now. He's got his shows on, laying in the floor with his hands behind his head. I really wish I'd have known Scott had that class, because I would have made other arrangements for little mister in there. I'm from someone who does events, and that was her biggest complaint. The majority of the vendors applying all did tumblers. So she turned away more than she could get signed up. Yeah, it's I don't the tumblers are not that, it's not like they're a Yeti. They're not that great of quality.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet, Preppy.
I wanted one because it had a flamingo on it. I'm into flamingos, It wasn't that I really needed the tumbler. I mean, I got tons of tumblers. I have one that's like a Yeti, and it keeps my glass cold or hot, whatever I want. But, and it didn't cost me that much, you know.
Yeah, well, and I'm picky because I want the one with the handle, because I too many times have my hands full and I can't dedicate my whole hand to holding the cup.
Mm-hmm.
So I want a handle on them. But yeah, it just amazes me. They're just not that good of quality. They're made for people to craft, and they went and got these sublimination machines. And yeah, this event we're trying to set up here in June, I've asked for people to tell me what stuff they're selling and to be specific, because I know there's a person in town that makes tumblers, and if she bothers to want to be on, in the craft show, I don't want to have to say, sorry, but we already have tumblers. But by golly, I will. Girl Cat, I'm doing good. How are you doing? I'm putting feet on my gnome, and I think my gnome will be done then. She needed shoes to be able to stand up. Oh, I'm going to have to wrap some yarn. I got a bunch of holes in the middles of my cakes. Hey, let's put some shoes on you. Around here, it's becoming the same with crochet vendors. The event we just did had to, oh my gosh, 12 crochet vendors. That is, I'm sorry, but that should never happen. That event coordinator should never have allowed that many crochet vendors.
Unless they were crocheting different things, but I doubt that they had that many different things.
12? I mean, you're doing wearables, you're doing toys, or you're doing kitchen stuff. You know,
Blankets.
there's not. Oh, that would have infuriated me to go to a event that had 12 crochet vendors. I would have I would have not been happy about that.
I think 4 would have been plenty, and that
I'm
probably.
working on a bracelet. If I can send you one, this is going to be the one I'm sending you. Oh, okay. Very sweet, Preppy. I am going to have to get me a P.O. box because another lady wanted to send me something. And I think that's so sweet that they want to send me stuff. I would love to see what everybody makes. My watch time hours, I am actually pretty close to being able to do memberships. I need my watch time hours really need to come up because I'm quite a ways away from watch time hours. Subscribers I have enough to do the memberships, but the watch time hours are just a whole lot different. Some more difference. It's more of a show to showcase everyone who does handmade, so it didn't bother me. We still made a good amount, a really good amount. Well, that's okay then. Well, yeah, I guess that'd be okay. But yeah, I mean, like for my event, I just don't want a bunch of people. I don't want to go to a show where everything's crochet either. Because I'll be honest, I look at every crochet booth, but I don't buy anything. Because even though I'm kind of like, I guess I'm one of the crochet Karens for that because I can make it myself, so I'm not gonna buy it. And I don't usually buy things for myself anyway. But I still love to go see what they're making, and I check out the quality.
The people in my sewing group want to know if they could buy early from the sewing group. And I'm like, really? Uh, can you not wait till the day of? I'd like to at least have stuff to put out on the table. And I'm like, you guys can't make the stuff yourself if you. There's nothing in that we're selling that I want. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. But, for that kind of thing, it's more of a supporting for the church. So
Well, I'm.
yeah, why can't they wait till the day of the sale?
Yeah. Yeah, there's some nice things there, but nothing I really need.
Now,
I,
if it had been a different type of event, I might have had a different opinion. Yeah, I just now this festival that I'm going to next week, it is a school event at the college, and I know that there are lots of college kids that are crocheting that are probably going to have booths in there because a couple of years ago when I went, or last summer when I went, spring,
yeah.
there were several that had crochet booths. Some of them undercut themselves, were like selling stuff way too cheap. And some of them were trying to pay their tuition off of one sale. But there were I think there were 5 or 6 crochet booths at the last one. So I'm guessing there's probably going to be more this time. One girl though had she just did like hats, and one had like crocheted food, and of course she did leggy froggies. And let me tell you what, her boyfriend was there with her, and he was a salesman. He was putting he was so funny, but he was doing his best to sell her stuff, and he was doing a good job. But they did have a lot of their stuff was gone. I mean, they had sold stuff. Some of my friends, at the time I was in a residence hall, I'm not anymore, but they had their stuff there, and they did bracelets, and she had almost sold out. So one thing I would like to do, Lenora, another gadget to buy for another craft is these buttons. Bobby, you remember when we were in school, all the buttons that you put on your coats and
Oh, yeah.
stuff?
I have every one of them in a drawer.
Yeah. Well, I want to make some of those. And I think I want to make some of those and put them in my booth so that I can have like $1 item for the young kids. And I don't know. I know the button maker thing isn't terribly expensive. Yes, Lenora, that's some of the stuff that I don't have yet. They were making fun of me for all the crafting tools that I have and where I spend my money on my crafting tools. The rug tufting gun and all that, and the
At least
carpet
I got a free.
carpet binding machine. And they were saying, well, we know where all your money goes. And yeah, it does. It goes to my hobbies. But that's what crafters do. They work to
Buy more.
finance their hobbies.
I spent $350 for an AccuQuilt machine, and it came with all these dies. And before I even bought it, because a lady was getting rid of it, I took and asked a couple of ladies that already had them there at my sewing group. I said, "Is this a good buy?" And they go, "Oh, heck yes." She goes, "Some of those dies are almost worth that much." So I the lady was selling it on Marketplace on Facebook. So I texted her and said, "Is it still available?" And she said, "Yeah." And so when we got together, she worked at a fabric store, and she said she had bought all these on the fabric store, but her husband had a brain tumor, and yeah, she wasn't expecting to live too long, and she was going to be going and moving in with her kids. So she was downsizing. And so her bad luck was my luck, and I was getting all this. And so I've used some of them, but some of them I still haven't opened up because I've got all these other quilts that I'm making right now. But there's like 4 of us now that, well, let me see, 4 other people besides me that have the AccuQuilt to be able to cut the different stuff and everything. Now, one of my friends who is as big and nuts about flamingos as me, she got the flamingo dye. So I got to go over her house sometime and get me some flamingos cut so I can make a quilt with flamingos.
Although, well, now what? Now what? Now what? You didn't want up? Okay. You guys talk like I'm not a crafter. I get the expense, but I'm not working an extra job to support it. Yeah, I totally get that. But I do work an extra job to support it. But my idea in working an extra job to support it is that it will eventually support itself. Ooh, he just sitting in there crying. Doggone it, Scott. Saturdays is my big live days that I want to go live for more than an hour, you know? I tell you what, I have given myself one heckacious headache. I'm going to have to down something for that. Granny's got your lunch a cooking. It's about done. It's probably done. It's probably just hot. Okay, so now we have feet. And she is done. What do you think?
I like it.
Well, I'm still not a fan of this part. But she's done. So she's going back here. What's the matter? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, well, check your lunch.
Feet stuck here. Ah. Can't get my thing open. Go. I am black. Like that. Color under the rainbow. Oh, that's what I need right there.
Did you get in my chair all by yourself? Who saw that? Who saw that? You got up there all by yourself? And you got your socks. And want Granny put your socks on? Okay, Granny, put your socks on. Ellie, get down. Rat dog, sticking your toes up. Want your sock back on? Want that one on? Okay, Granny, put your sock back on. You got up there all by yourself. Who saw that? Did they see that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. Granny, fix your pants. There you go.
No, it's all my some of my my embroidery thread, but yeah, I have another 10 in the house that
I
I
think the nose should have been further down, but she still turned out good. I guarantee someone will absolutely love her. I hope so, Lenora. Oh, Preppy. Thanks for stopping in.
Bye, Preppy.
Glad to have you here. It's a little bit warm yet, sweetheart. He's hungry. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Where did you get all this thread, Janette, when you give it to me? Was this your grandma that did it or what?
Do what?
Embroidery thread.
Oh, I used to do that when I was young. That's probably as old as I was. Yeah, I think that was mine. I wrapped those up when I was young.
Because you put even the numbers, the colors, and everything. It's like, wow.
Yeah, Grandma might have done some of those because
I
I don't. Yeah, no, I wrote on some, but
but I love these little things like this, and to wrap it around. That's a cool idea.
well, those are actually bobbins. They're actually called bobbins.
I have one thing of black left, and that's it. I'll be done when I get done with this. That's all I have is one little thing left, and I have black. I'm gonna have to go buy more.
Are you hungry?
So set, I have those 4 things that you give me, and then um, one of the ladies that used to be at, well, she died at our church. I have all my thread. I keep it in here. That's why Lenora said,
Ellie.
but I keep it all in little bags like this, and there's nothing in there. That's black plastic bags.
You want to hear something funny? He was in there eating his little slice of pizza, and Ellie took it out of his hand, and he threw a fit.
I would have too if someone had taken my pizza.
Well, yeah. I mean, she must have taken it right out of his hand because he didn't drop it. And then he just kind of squealed and got this funny look on his face and come back and got more pizza. So funny. Oh, okay, well, now we are into going to be we need to make some boots. Man, I'm going to have to make him another pizza because this is really good and I'm hungry.
I had some last night. Dale wanted to know why I bought 2 pizzas. I said, because I'm wanting pizza tonight for supper. And he goes, well, we don't usually have supper. You know, we usually fix whatever. And I said, well, I'm telling you, I want pizza. So we had pizza. I've been getting that DiGiorno thin crust, not the stuffed crust, because the stuffed crust just doesn't thrill me. And I get the supreme because I like the veggies. He likes the meat, so we get both. And it's really good. And of course, then I still add extra cheese because I like it cheesy.
Yeah. Well, did you get a Little Caesars flyer in the mail?
Yeah. I love those puffs, the bacon puffs.
This,
Yeah,
have
those are,
you had those?
yes, they are good. They're awesome, actually.
Well, I was thinking about making these out of like a canned biscuit.
It
Are
might
you
be,
there?
yeah, that might be good.
You know, like they have that roll out pizza dough
Uh
and
huh.
putting them in a muffin tin. And I thought about putting it in there and some cheese and putting some like chopped up pepperoni and bacon on it.
Uh huh.
And I mean, this got Parmesan sprinkled on the top,
It has
but
cheddar cheese
I
and.
think those would be really good. And then, and you know, like bacon bits.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be fantastic.
Yep. Sounds good to me. Gonna get everybody hungry here.
I'm hungry. I mean, I'm eating my grandson's lunch. Are you kidding?
Mm.
That's what we used to do when the kids were little. Make little pizzas in a muffin tin, Lenora. I have I buy those that pizza dough in a frozen roll. I don't know if it's Pillsbury or Great Value or whatever it is. But I roll that out and then I make barbecue chicken pizza out of it.
Mm, mm, mm.
And it's good. But I think these little muffin tin pizzas would just really be cute. See, I've got the mini muffin pans and I use those with the wonton wraps. And I take oh, wrong way. I have the wonton wraps and I put those in the mini muffin pans. And then I put a scoop of that taco meat in them and some cheddar cheese on top of it. And I bake it for like 6 or 7 minutes. And I got that from your daughter-in-law's bridal shower where they used, you know, the regular muffin tin. I use the mini muffin.
Uh-huh.
And those are a huge hit no matter where I go.
I forgot all about those.
Oh, Devin loves those. And I mean, and they literally are. They're a huge hit everywhere.
Mm.
Um, Tuesday night was the last night of our board. Um, you know, there were several people on our board that didn't run for reelection.
Right.
So since it, you know, I mean, because Harold was leaving. Harold's been on the board since, you know, like dirt. So, you know, I can't remember a time when he wasn't on the board. You know, I mean, at least 35 years he's been on the board. So, um, I wanted to do something special for him, but at least two of them are diabetic. And I didn't know about all the rest of it, you know, about their nut allergies and all that kind of stuff. I didn't know about all that stuff. So I ordered some summer sausage and some Kojak cheese and some cheddar cheese and some grapes and strawberries. And I made up a couple of little party trays to take. And I also made a batch of cookies, my dump cookies. and I took him to that meeting. And I'm telling you, I mean, I probably spent $30 on making those trays. But with the strawberries and the grapes and the meat and the cheese and the cookies and everything, I could not believe both of those trays were empty by the end of the night. And I went to Dollar Tree and got their trays. And I was thrilled that everybody liked that snack, because I've taken cookies before and they'll eat a few. But those that are diabetic, they can't have them. So they weren't eating them. So this time when I took the meat and cheese, everybody liked it. I mean, because there was something for everybody. Fruit and the meat and cheese and the cookies. Completely empty when I got home.
Well, you would have lost me at the sausage because I don't like the summer sausage.
Oh, well, I don't either, but they did. Most of it, the guys really like that stuff, and I don't like it. But, but you do like grapes and strawberries and cookies.
Yeah.
So, there was something for everybody, and I'm glad I did that, because everybody had something, and man, they dug in too. And I'm glad, because everybody has times when you go back to when you take something somewhere and nobody touches it.
Yeah.
So, hello, Tony. Yeah, I was just quite happy with how it was received, and the celebratory attitude they had, because I mean, those 3 people that left the board were just really done with it. I mean, our village president has been village president now for 8 years, and he came down with cancer last year. So he was worried about even finishing the term, because, it was life threatening and everything. Oh my gosh, get this, Bobby. They gave him his numbers, and, which said the cancer was back and everything. And then they didn't call him and tell him that they had discovered it was a mistake. And he was literally cancer free at the point, and they gave him the wrong number reading. I mean, oh my gosh, I mean, that's kind of bad. But anyway, so now he's good, but he doesn't want to be on the board anymore, but he's healthy again, and so I'm really happy about that. And then Harold, he says, I got too many things to do to be on this board, and I've been on this board longer than anybody should ever be, and blah blah blah. And and maybe that's right, except that in a small town, that kind of knowledge is good to have on the board. That he's been there that long. It is good to have it. Okay, I'm going up to a 2 increase on this foot, because I don't want a little tiny overhaul gnome.
I was thinking I was going to have to go to the bathroom, and now it's pouring down rain.
Oh, of course it is. Ellie, I tell you what, that dog needs I don't know what. Yesterday, or a couple days ago, she come in here and she was biting at Levi's feet. And I smacked her and hit one of her teeth. And I thought, you do that again, dog, and I'm going to send you sailing across the room. Because there is no excuse for biting a baby.
Nope.
And Levi just constantly pushes her away because she's always in his face. I can't go to pick up Levi without the dog trying to get me to pick her up first. But you're putting your teeth on my grandbaby and there's going to be problems.
That's why we got rid of the one dog that we had, that Dalmatian, because she kept snipping at Matthew. And Dale's like, nope, we're not having a dog that can't stop biting. That dog was weird anyway.
Yeah, well,
She started eating our screens, and so we put her on the chain at the doghouse, and she ate everything on the ground around the doghouse, and then wouldn't eat the dog food, and then she jumped up on the doghouse and started hiding out of the shed. Just
I've got his pizza sitting here on a plate.
uh,
And I've kept it in here on the counter. Because I took his breakfast, his grapes and stuff into the living room earlier today. And it's still sitting there. He didn't really want to eat it. But I put his pizza in here on the counter. And he thinks he's doing something and coming in here stealing a piece and running back to the living room. That's hilarious. It's almost like he thinks it's my food that he's stealing. Which maybe it is because the Totino's pizza, when you cook that in a toaster oven, it's really good. If you cook it in the microwave, it is vile.
I don't cook it in the microwave.
Oh, it is vile.
What gets me is we have salads, Lincoln and I, and I make him his own salad because he doesn't like tomatoes, and but he loves bell peppers. He will take and start eating a bell pepper before I can even get the darn thing stemmed and cleaned out. He will start eating it like it's an apple.
Oh, well.
And so anyway, he sits there in his high chair and eats his, and I sit at the table. He'll eat half of it, and all of a sudden, it'll like you just glitch. And
So
he'll
cute.
like
Laura says he's trying to be
Knocker,
like his dad.
and he'll like Knocker, I want your salad.
No, Ellie. That's funny. That is hilarious. All right, are we still here because we buffered real bad? Is everybody still here? Are you here, Bobby?
I am.
Yeah, that was hilarious. And I did this and have no idea how many of these I just did. Good news, you're back to the way it was.
What's that?
Well, it must be good because she said she said good news. I don't know it, but it buffered and cut completely out for me.
And I'm echoing.
You're Bobby. I'm pretty sure that the issues for you is going to be your steel roof. So I bet if you were live from your sewing group, nope, sarcasm. You're lower in volume, and Bobby is echoing. Well, it's real hard to tell sarcasm on text. But yeah, I went completely out. My lifetime started over. So that is not a good thing. I bet we could do a better live stream with you at your sewing group.
You wouldn't be able to hear from me.
What was that?
You wouldn't be able to hear from me.
Yeah, and you keep cutting out at the same word every time. All right, well, I guess maybe we should just call it a day. We've been on about 4 hours. So, thank you everyone for being here. So happy to see you. Try back again tomorrow. Appreciate it.
Not me.
Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. What, Bobby?
I said I won't.
Oh, you're not going to be here tomorrow?
No.
All right, Lenore said there's a way you can check your connection, but I don't know how. My connection, my internet, my internet doesn't. I don't know how to do it. So yeah, my connection, I don't know. So anyway, we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.